Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mangs here, and I know it feels like yesterday where I analyzed a huge Fire Emblem Engage trailer, but we've actually got a lot of extra news since then. They're just dropping it really fast now, and I have to wonder if they're gonna keep this pace up all the way up until release 60 days from now. I will say that while I know Engage's reception is still very mixed in my audience, the marketing is being done exceptionally well for this game. With Three Houses, we had months of radio silence followed by huge information dumps out of nowhere that felt very overwhelming to go through. But with Engage, we received a slow trickle of short news that are very easy to digest. So props to the marketing team, they're doing a very good job hyping up the game. Let's just hope that the actual game itself is worth our time. So we have a lot of stuff to go through today, character profiles, in-game clips, official artwork, and lots more. I'm going to go all the way back to where we left off last time and start talking about the archer Eddie. According to Eddie's profile, she's a noble lady who exudes elegance and has a positive outlook on life. It is also said that she devotes most of her time to bodybuilding, which seems like a translation error. I'm guessing it's supposed to mean working out? I mean, looking at this character, bodybuilding is not the first thing that springs to mind. She's rather skinny and small. Now, we've certainly seen characters with bodybuilding gimmicks before, like Effie in Fates, but with Effie's design, it was kinda believable that she was strong, whereas Eddie doesn't look like a powerhouse. However, there might be something more to it, because in this clip we are shown of Eddie attacking a Pegasus Knight and killing it, the YouTuber Speedwings Hair, a very underrated Fire Emblem channel by the way, made a video pointing out that if Iron Bows have the same 5 or 6 might that they had in previous games, Eddie's strength is actually around 10 at level 4, which by Fire Emblem standards is pretty crazy, especially for an archer. Now, we don't know how high the stats are going to be on average in Engage, and thus we can't really know if 10 strength for a level 4 archer is impressive or not, but it could be that they're going down the route of Eddie is a very small girl who is extremely strong for her size, or something weird like that. It's a strange gimmick, but I could see it working. Now, as far as Eddie's design go, I will say that I think it's an odd one for sure. The bow tie, the babery apron, if that's what it is, and the exposed midriff just comes across as a little bit of an odd combination to me. Also, seriously, what is up with this game and female characters exposing their midriffs? It's starting to become a recurring thing by now. Anyway, Eddie's design is unique for sure, but I'm not certain if I'm a fan or not. I'll withhold my judgment until we see more of her. Up next, we have the reveal of a new character, and it's the fighter we've seen in many clips up until this point, but never had a name for. And he is called... Butcheron? I am probably butchering this name terribly, but I'm guessing it's kind of French. And speaking of butcher, I actually went onto Google and asked it to pronounce the name, and it said it was pronounced Butcheron. So I'm not sure how accurate it is, but I'll just call him that for now. Anyway, his profile reads that he is a polite young man from Fire who is born with a good physique and that he is highly tolerant of others. To me, this is probably one of the more generic character profiles we've seen so far. It just tells me very little about him as a person. We do get to see a short clip of him attacking a corrupted sword cavalier and killing it, and I gotta say, the way he slams his axe into the ground before attacking is amazing, and it adds a lot of weight to the animation, which I am a big fan of. I will say one thing though, watching this clip, I don't see an arrow pointing down on Butcheron's axe despite him attacking a sword user. We've seen this arrow showing up and down in former clips when a character has a weapon triangle advantage, but here it doesn't look to me like there is a weapon triangle disadvantage at all. Sure, Butcheron's hit rate is a lot lower at 81% compared to the Cavalier's 100%, but that may just be due to axes being less accurate. I have to wonder if maybe there isn't such a thing as a weapon triangle disadvantage when attacking in this game, and that maybe just a weapon triangle advantage is exclusive to a character when they attack someone else. If this is true, then this is a pretty big deal, as it means the weapon triangle is both more and less severe in certain situations. It's certainly something to think about. Next up, we got some official artwork of both male and female Alar, and I will say, the few people who have defended their design have often said that people should withhold their judgment until they actually see the official artwork, as opposed to just the in-game models. And looking at both of them right now, I will say that I still hate them. Sure, there are good elements to both of their designs, like for example, I really enjoy their shoes, and Alar's exposed thighs and cute smile does make her look somewhat attractive, but the more I look at both of them, the more I just think that they are incredibly fatiguing to spectate. I don't quite know how to put it into words properly, but their contrasting colors and overwhelming amount of small details just makes them look weird. That's all I can really say, but what do you guys think? Do you have a better impression of Alar's design after seeing their official artwork, or not? Let me know in the comments. Up next, we have a new character reveal in Lumera, or Lumera as she's called in the official translation, and she is apparently Alar's Divine Dragon mother. We first saw her in the trailer that dropped recently in a scene where she begs Alar to gather the 12 MacGuffins, and it looks like she's dying here. So yeah, good to know we're just crossing off all the known Fire Emblem tropes as early as possible. We also have a profile on her, which reads that she's the mother of Alar, and that she's ruled the Divine Dragon Kingdom for over 1,000 years, and that she cooperated with the humans to slay the last Fell Dragon 1,000 years ago. We also have this cinematic clip of her appearing as a Divine Dragon behind Alar and using her Dragon Laser to blast away a few enemies before transforming into her human form. Her design is actually one of the better ones I've seen so far in Engage. There's certainly the bad habit this game has of tacking on a million accessories, but I do genuinely think she looks pretty good here, like a divine angelic figure of sorts. And those dragon hips, my goodness. Anyway, at the end of the day, it's just another Fire Emblem parental figure who will die at the start of the story. Pretty predictable, and I don't really find myself caring a lot about this character. Speaking of the Divine Dragon, we also have an image of the Divine Dragon realm called the Land of Lithos, and I will admit the official artwork here looks gorgeous. It's apparently a sacred realm located in the center of Elios, which is the name of the continent, by the way. And it's a beautiful realm with sunny grasslands and refreshing breezes. It also has floating islands, and on one of these resides the castle in which Alar slept. I don't know about you guys, but this place sure reminds me of Vala. Or at least Vala before it was destroyed. You have the clouds, the floating islands, and a landscape that looks like it came out of a dream. I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat here and theorize a little bit, but wouldn't it be awesome if Lithos is actually Vala before it fell to ruin? I mean, it won't happen, but I think it would be a pretty cool way to string together some of the various continents in Fire Emblem. Anyway, Lithos looks gorgeous, and I have a feeling that this is where the first few maps will take place, and it might also be where we have to come back to fight the final Fell Dragon boss. It's just a hunch I have. Up next, we have some official name reveals. It turns out that Nintendo decided to put subtitles on their trailer, and these subtitles actually display the name of the characters talking. And as a result, we get a bunch of new names. That's how we know Lumiere will be called Lumera, for example. So first up, we got the Prince of Bromia, and he's called Diamant, or Diamant, I guess. And this is interesting because during the leaks that took place a little while back, we thought that Alar was going to be named Diamant, or Diamond. And I wonder why the leaks assumed that. Maybe they just misunderstood something, or maybe the developers actually changed their minds. Then we have the energetic girl who enjoys cooking, and she is called Chimera. This smiling playboy here is called Fogato. The Joker clown girl is called Hortensia. The Mummy Malignite is named Ivy. The Garnef priest dude who wants to resurrect the Fell Dragon is called Hyacinth? 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 I don't know. The girl who I assume is some kind of dragon or mage is called Evie, and the apparent leader of these four generals here is called Sephia. By the way, a small tidbit about these generals, according to the leaks that were shared a little while back, which have been confirmed now, I was on the money about this general dude being recruitable, because apparently he is seen on the list of playable characters. So yeah, one successful prediction point for me if this turns out being right. Then we got some official artwork of Prince Diamant, or Diamant. I swear to God, I don't know how to pronounce this name, because Diamant means diamond in Norway, so that's just how I want to read it. But I'm gonna try calling him Diamant, because I'm pretty sure that is what he'll be called. So yeah, he is the Crown Prince of Bromia, and we also got a short profile entry which states that he is Alquist's elder brother. Now Alquist is this blue-haired archer guy from the trailer, and a lot of people are wondering how they could possibly be brothers when they look so different. But I would just like to point you to Chrom and Lissa from Awakening, who are siblings despite not looking anything alike at all. So it is actually possible for two Fire Emblem characters to be related despite not sharing a hair color. Anyway, the profile also states that Diamant is being educated to become the next king of Bromia, and that he has earned the trust of his citizens. His artwork is, it's not the best I've seen, if I'm going to be completely honest. His cloak kinda hides any detail of his armor, and it just kinda takes up the whole picture. And his sideway pose is also a little odd. It's not a terrible image, but I think it could have been a lot better. We also get this clip of Diamant attacking and killing another Pegasus Knight. Seriously, what's up with the Pegasus violence in these clips? Anyway, I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but man, the animations of Engage look so good. I love how he does a low cut with the sword, which makes it slam against the ground before landing his crit. It just looks so incredibly savage. Also, fun little tidbit here, this enemy Pegasus Knight is wielding an axe, which leads me to believe that we're going to see both lance, sword, and axe-wielding Pegasi, and maybe also various variants of all kinds of different enemies wielding multiple weapon types. It makes me wonder if every single class in Engage will have a variant of every weapon. Maybe we'll see axe armor knights, sword armor knights, lance armor knights, as well as sword fighters, lance fighters, axe fighters, etc. It certainly will make it feel a lot more like Heroes, which I think is the goal here. Up next, we got some information about Diamant's brother Alquists. We have a clip of him shooting down another Pegasus Knight. Man, those poor girls just can't catch a break, can they? And the animations once again look crisp. I have nothing bad to say here. The way Alquist strings his bow, the way the camera pans, and the impact of the arrow hitting the Pegasus Knight all look amazing. We also get to hear some music in the background, and it sounds pretty good from what I can hear. Now this map that we're fighting on definitely looks like it takes part in Bromia due to the color and aesthetics. Alquist himself seems to be a rather timid guy, as he apologizes profusely after shooting down his target, and we also have this clip of him talking with his brother Diamant, where he seems to feel very inadequate next to him. He's talking about how everyone knows his brother so much better across Bromia, though Diamant does try to reassure him by telling him there's no need to think like that. We also have this short character profile on Alquist, which states that he is the second prince of Bromia, and that he often compares himself to his brother, and that he seems to have some rather negative self-esteem issues. But despite that, he's quite social and has the fortitude of royalty, whatever that means. Lastly, we got some information about the Kingdom of Bromia itself. We have a very nice official looking artwork which depicts the nation, and it appears to be very mountainous and have huge castles and fortifications everywhere. The official statement about Bromia says that it's a militant kingdom founded in the northwest of Helios, and that it's a prosperous and mighty nation ruled by Morion the Conqueror. I'm assuming that's this dad guy here seen pulling out a sword in the trailer, and apparently he values pride and power above everything else. The Kingdom of Bromia has clashed several times with the neighboring kingdom of Elusia, who follows the Fell Dragon. And we've already seen multiple clips of a battle that I assume will end with the Dark Priest Hyson killing Morion. And I really have to say, this gives me such vibes from this old scene of the Fire Emblem OVA anime, where we see Marth's father Cornelius fighting against Garneth before being torn apart by his Imulu tome. There's a very similar clip here where Morion's sword is being caught by some kind of dark force, and I have to think they took some inspiration from the scene. The comparisons are just too similar. So yeah, those are all the news we've gotten so far. As always, if I missed any crucial details, please point them out to me in the comment section and I'll include them in the next video. Click on the playlist in front of you if you want to be caught up to date on all the news I've covered so far regarding Engage, and subscribe for more news. If you leave a like on the video, that is appreciated too. Anyway, my name has been Mangs, thank you for watching, I'll see you guys next time, bye bye!